Hey everyone, and welcome to the Beyond Life and Fitness podcast. I'm Cheryl Patton.
And I'm Megan Prince.
We started this podcast as a way to connect with more people who are struggling to fit it all in. The workouts, the food, kids, work, and relationships.
We know that we're not perfect, but we hope that through our struggles and our mistakes and our failures and our successes that we can help more people through their challenges and be successful. So if you want some tips and tricks to help you along your journey to be the best version of yourself, then this is it.
So we hear a lot as coaches, the whole I'm too busy. Either it could be an excuse or it could just be the state of mind that you have just been in for so long that it holds you back from taking that first step to just moving forward in whatever it is you want to do, whether it's changing your nutritional habits, whether it's starting to move your body more or better. But yeah, we do hear a lot that this is just not a good time. I'm too busy because of A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what most of the time people come to us when they're like, I'm too busy, I can't fit this in. Or you have a consult with them and you talk to them about the program and what kind of it entails and what things that they have to do. And yeah, when clients come back and say, I'm too busy or my life's too busy, it really comes down to talking about priorities and like what your priorities are, right? Because like we talked about, we're all busy. Every single person's busy. More like I think when we're talking to women, women are like always busy because we're go, 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 and we have so much on our mind. And a lot of women say, like, I just can't do it right now. This time in my life just isn't working. I don't want to start the program for 3 months because I'm busy at work, or I have this project at work, or I have these things. What I really want to say to them is if you decide to make yourself a priority, those things that are coming up are going to be easier to deal with because now you have like this schedule for yourself.
Yes.
I think like the biggest, when I'm going through really, really, really hard times, I really set a goal for myself because I'm like, I need that accountability for myself because we know how easy it is when you're going through something really hard or when life's really hard, that it's easy to slip down this slippery slope fast.
Back into old comfortable habits.
Old comfortable habits, things that are easy. Not taking the easy road instead of taking like the one that actually is going to help you manage your stress and busyness during that time.
Yeah, I know there's always a phrase, if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person.
Yeah.
Because they've got a system where they manage their time so that their time is prioritized where it needs to go to best serve them.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like, we ask clients to take the time to do check-ins every week with us and as a way to monitor their progress, do a self check-in. Like, how much time are you spending watching TV when you come home from work? How much time are you spending on social media when you come home? How much time are you spending, I don't know, doing any everybody's days are so different, but if you just sort of take a look and break down your day and how much time you spend doing, getting up, making breakfast, your drive to work, how much time do you spend at work if you physically go into a job, your commute time, how much time does it take you to get meals ready, how much time are you spending if you're shuffling kids around to extracurricular activities. If the kids are at extracurricular activities, are they at those activities long enough that you could get a 30-40 minute walk in? Are they there long enough that you could go to the gym and get a quick 30-minute workout in? Is there a way that you can utilize your time to the best of your ability so that you can make those steps forward towards whatever your goal might happen to be?
Mm-hmm. I think, and when you're focusing on, like, I have clients that are a week into a program right now, and she said, I've been really focusing on like getting my walks in. I've been focusing on getting my workouts in and getting my water in. And I've actually been scrolling less, watching TV less, doing all of these kind of self-sabotaging, mind-numbing things because she actually kind of has this plan. She has this goal. She has a schedule. So you have this time that you like, that you know what you're supposed to do. I think when people are walking through life, just kind of, especially people with meal plans and not knowing what to do, what to eat, when to eat it, they're like, I just don't even know. So I just like do the day and then I just kind of go with the flow. But going with the flow is never going to feel like you are in control
Yeah.
of anything. So if you line out your day, like most women know what they have to do every single day for kids and groceries and husbands and work. But then when it comes down to fitness and nutrition, they're like, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know what I'm supposed to eat, what I'm supposed to eat, how much of it I'm supposed to eat, what that looks like. So when you finally can have that mindset of like, no, I know what I'm doing. So it frees up so much mind time, like mind space, that you can then also do other things. That's what I find. When I stepped on stage and competed when each of my kids was a year old, because I needed to have that streamlined focus to make it through mat leave. Not that I didn't love my babies, not that I didn't like the time with them, but I needed that structure for me, because it's so easy during that postpartum time to just be like, well,
laissez-faire.
let's just let everything go. And of course, like I wish I would have relaxed more and took more naps and that kind of stuff, but it also gave me that
structure in your day.
Structure in my day, because without that structure in your day, it's so easy to get caught up in mindless tasks that don't help us do anything. I know we want to do mindless, like things that are fun, that bring us joy and make us happy. Those things are great. But like things like scrolling, binge watching TV, that kind of stuff, that is all just like really a waste of time.
Yeah. And again, like you may find too, because once you start implementing more of this like structure into your day, you're going to find or feel that you are more productive in your day, right? And that's a great feeling, which means you may be able to get done what you need to get done actually in less time, because you do have your day laid out, which means then if you want to have a favorite show that you want to watch, you're going to have the time to do that, and you have still managed to get everything else done. And that's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have energy and when you have, when you know that you're taking care of yourself, yeah, you definitely have more motivation, more happiness. I mean, everybody would say it, right? Like you are more productive when you are streamlining and like knowing kind of what that day looks like. Because too much, there's just, oh, okay, well, we don't really have anything to do today, so we'll just stay at the park for 4 hours. Whereas I'm like, hey guys, we can go to the park, we have an hour, but then mommy has to go to work, and then we have to do this, and then we have to get this, and then like this is just how the day is going to kind of be structured. I mean, there's days where it's like, we don't have a timeline per se, but I know what I'm supposed to eat, how much water I'm supposed to drink. And those things for me are like, that's taking care of myself. When the day is like insanely chaotic, what's the things that I can do? What's the things I can control in those situations? Because work, we can't control. Kids, we can't control. Their attitudes, we can't control. Like all that kind of stuff, right? So when it's super busy, like start doing meal planning and that kind of stuff, like during the busy, crazy times, because that's where it is going to help you the most, right?
Well, yeah, because then you're not coming home and saying, okay, great. What are we going to do for dinner?
Yeah.
We have to be out the door in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. And then you all of a sudden are just like doing skip the dishes or DoorDash or pulling like a frozen pizza out, because that's what's going to be the quickest, easiest. The kids are going to eat it. There's not going to be any pushback.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's actually creating more stress in your life because you don't have it planned out. Whereas if you were to come home from work and you know that you've already got 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or an hour to get dinner ready and then out the door, but you know that you've got chicken thighs thawed out, you're going to quickly throw together a salad and then maybe quickly put on a small pot of pasta for their kids' carbohydrates and done. You can put the chicken in the air fryer, so you don't even have to worry about it. Like if it's on a barbecue, water doesn't take long to cook in order to make some pasta, right? And just throw lettuce in a bowl, a little bit of dressing on it, and you're done. But yet that to me is a lot less stressful than coming home and like, okay, what do I do?
What do I do? Like you don't even know. And I think that's where everybody gets so stuck on things, right? And I think it's really hard if you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how people wake up in the morning and not know what they're going to eat that day, because then I know that I'm not supplying my body with what it needs. And then the next day I'm not going to be recovered enough, and I'm not going to have good workouts. And in a week from now, I'm going to feel like crap. I know that I'm going to feel like crap, right? So when I know what I need to eat and I can stick to those targets, I mean, we're not always 100% perfect.
Nope.
We aren't. We know that. But like at the times I know this is what I'm supposed to eat, I think it just takes the guesswork out of your day. And I think that for sure during those stressful times, why add more stress? Because the first thing you're going to do is going to go for sugary foods, fast foods, things that are easy because it's stressful. So if you can, during that time, take something that's like a template and know what you're supposed to do, you're like, oh, okay, I got this. Like, I know what I got to eat today. My day's going to be crazy busy, but I know what I've got all my meals planned. It's cool. We're good. It's like one thing that you have to take out, but also will make you feel better about yourself and also still bring you those results, right?
Yeah. And like you said before, it will just give you that sense of control over your day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because really, it's honestly, it's sometimes the only thing that you can control when life gets super busy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if your excuse is, I'm too busy for something, then take that excuse and use it to your best ability and make a plan so that you can get through those stressful, busy times. And there's never a good time to start. I talked to somebody a couple weeks ago and I was like, well, I can probably get your plan out by Wednesday, but then that means you'd be starting on a Friday. I don't really know how you feel about that because I know everybody likes starting on Monday. And she's like, oh, no, I don't even really care. And I'm like, okay, well, that's awesome. Because most people I want to start on the Monday. For some reason, it's like the Monday start, meal prep on the weekend.
They want that last weekend.
Yeah, the last weekend of before you start. But she's like, no, I just want to start whenever. And I'm like, okay, well, that sounds good. Because there's not this starting date that has to happen, right? No. Like just start like as soon as possible so that you can start feeling better. You can actually start putting love into yourself, which is through food and nutrition.
Well, and just looking after yourself, taking care of yourself, it's not necessarily putting yourself first in a selfish way. It's putting yourself first so that you can look after others.
Because the second I start sliding downhill or things like, I just feel like I'm getting out of the swing of things, I feel like everything else kind of just starts sliding, right? Because then things are taking longer and I'm tired and I don't really feel motivated. Yeah. Whereas now, when you can fuel your body, I'm like, girls, let's go. Like, we're going to go have a fun day. It's going to be great. And they're teenagers and they're like, oh my God, I hate you. And I'm so grumpy. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then I can make it through these teenage years because I'm taking care of myself. Yeah. So I can be calm for them because I feel like I'm in this calm state of, I do have a little bit of control, like a teeny tiny bit of control in that, right?
Absolutely. And too, like going back to your client who was totally cool on starting on whatever day of the week it was, really there should be not a ton of change between what happens Monday through Friday versus Saturday and Sunday. Really the only changes is usually the days that you work. So, but in terms of like, how you move your body and how you eat, really there should be very minimal difference between all 7 days of the week. So
yeah, we talked about like we asked clients to journal their nutrition before we start them on programs. Like take a couple days and journal your day. Journal like what you do and actually like write it down. It would be interesting to see, like, do I sit and scroll for 20 minutes and am I watching TV for 2 hours? There's like 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours. We could get to the gym, get some meals ready. And I love putting in my AirPods, and I'm on like season 18 of Grey's Anatomy because I like watched it when I was nursing, but I'll put on my AirPods and I'll meal prep my meals and I'll just have my tablet like on my kitchen counter because I'm like, well, I get to what I'm zoning out to watching this TV, but I'm prepping my meals at the same time. So I'm kind of like 2-in-1ing it a little bit. And that's like such a magical time for me because I'm just like watching a show, zoning out, but I'm also like doing something productive at the same time because I know I'm not the type of person that really just like sits down and watches a show.
You're doing productive work that's kind of mindless at the same time. It doesn't take a lot of brain power to cook your protein, get some vegetables pre-cooked,
Yeah.
get some carbs pre-cooked.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If you got to do that, if you're like, yeah, I'm really into the show, binge watch it while you're meal prepping. Binge watch it while you're walking. Like
Yes.
sometimes if I'm cleaning houses, I will listen to a show or something while I'm cleaning, right? And it's not, you're not watching it, but it's kind of like, you can hear it. So I'm like, do things that are productive at the same time. We can carry around our phones everywhere we go. So listen to podcasts or listen to your book on tape that you wanted to read or something while you're walking, while you're meal prepping, things like that. Because then you can still do those things, but just like make it productive at the same time, right?
Yep. Yeah. I think the first step would be to journal or map out your day, see where you tend to spend your time, where you can pull time from that's being wasted that you can then use to put towards better eating habits, moving your body better. So I think that's definitely step one. And then if you're still having some challenges or difficulties or just cannot get that first step going, then that is when coaches become a huge asset. And so don't be afraid to reach out for help in order to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, because then we'll give you that schedule, we'll give you that template, we'll help you kind of schedule that into your day. Then you know what you're eating. Take the guesswork out of it.
Exactly. And then you also have us to lean on when things are starting to go a little bit sideways and you just need a little help. How do I get this pulled back on track?
Yeah.
Right. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. It's just not all right, this is what you're eating. See you later. Good luck. Right. We're here to help coach you so that you get to whatever that first goal is, second goal is, and you learn the habits, you learn the behaviors to back it up so that when you get to that goal, it's sustainable and you can keep going.
So next time you say you're busy, actually just look at your schedule and your time and where you're prioritizing things and make yourself a priority.
Yep, 100%. Thanks everybody for listening today, and we truly appreciate you. And let us know what your biggest takeaway was today, and if you have any questions you want answered on the podcast. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast to automatically receive your episodes and to help us reach more listeners. We would love to connect with you on our socials, either Facebook or Instagram, with links in the show notes. Till next time, keep taking those small steps towards your best life.